Shh. If you can listen very closely, Steph Curry is still raining threes. Welcome, sports fans and all YouTubers across the nation. This is Uneducated Sports Talk. I am your host, Carlos Clayton. And once again, we're back at it. And today we have a great show. We're talking straight NBA with a little bit of twists and turns. But it's mostly NBA. And we're going to dive right into it. If you didn't see that game, the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Golden State Warriors, Saturday night primetime, you missed a great one. It was a wonderful game. The Warriors came out 121-118 in the overtime classic. A thriller, I might say. What a good game. It had everything you wanted and more into a regular season game. Hyped up one of the two top teams in the Western Conference. You had a close game. You had drama inside and outside the locker room. You had a comeback. And you had Steph Curry versus Kevin Durant. I mean, what more can you want? And both guys played their butts off. But of course, there's only one winner. It was the Golden State Warriors winning 121-118. What a classic. Let's just dive right into it. Close game, 121-118, I might add again. I mean, both guys were going back and forth. The Thunder had commands of the lead so many times, but there's something about this Golden State Warriors team that's so resilient. It doesn't matter what the score is, unless you're a Portland Trailblazer fan about a week ago, then you're happy. But at the same time, they had a big lead, about 9-7, that kind of lead. You think with a minute to go, being up by 6 and with like 14 seconds to go, being up by 4, you'll win the game. No, doesn't happen that way. Then you had drama. You had Steph Curry hurt his ankle in the second quarter. Going on, you think he's out. Then he makes a Willis Reed comeback, and he looks fine, like none of that happened. I think he just went in, played the PS4, played NBA 2K16, used himself for a second, just to do whatever he wants to do. He comes back in, nothing's wrong. He's raining three all day. Then you get at the halftime, Draymond Green versus Steve Kerr. Who will win that? I'm pretty sure Draymond Green, but Steve Kerr, I mean, he's had tussles with Michael Jordan. I think he was quoted saying something about taking his shoes off. If you don't like what I'm saying, then come do something about it. And Draymond was even talking about not coming back into the second half, which I thought would have been a horrible decision if he did. And he had to be talked into going back in and playing the rest of that game. If he did not, that would have been a shame on him, but I'm glad he has enough sense to come back in and play for his team. He was criticized. He went over 2 points, but he had 14 rebounds, 14 assists. Probably the best game I've seen anyone ever have without scoring a field goal. So shouts out to Draymond Green for having a tiebreaker, but coming up and man up. He did apologize too about it. So we're done with that. But of course, you had to come back as well. Like I said, being down by 4 late in the game, turning 14 seconds ago, and then big shouts out to Andre Iguodala. The man can't hit a free throw to save his life, and all of a sudden he comes and hits 2 of the biggest free throws to tie the game up. He gets a little Michael Jordan. Hey, sometimes it happens. I can't remember the last time he hit 2 in a row, but he did this time. So shouts out, that was clutch for him. The whole Golden State Warriors team is just clutch. They've been clutch all year, and of course the big thing that we wanted to see was Steph Curry versus Kevin Durant. Steph Curry scored 46. He's been hot, man. I think it was 42, 51, now 46 his last 3 games. And of course, you get Kevin Durant, 35 points as well. He shoots 50% from the field. And the only thing that stopped him was he can't stop fouling. That's what stopped him from scoring more points. It shows you the difference between Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. Those are your last 2 MVP winners. But it shows the difference. Kevin Durant made some horrendous plays at the end. You can't foul Andre Iguodala in that spot. You just can't. You put your hands up and you're up by 2. You just hope that he misses it. And it's likely that he will. But he fouls him, and then he has to foul out. If you're a superstar, I don't care what's going on in the game, you do not foul out if you're a superstar. You let Steph Curry make that layup or attempt that layup without fouling. You can't do anything about it. The difference between Kevin Durant and Steph Curry is just kind of clutch every single time now. And that game right there just shows you the difference between those 2 MVPs. Kevin Durant had, he had a great game, but those 2 fouls are gonna hurt him. They're gonna absolutely hurt that team, and it did. At the end, Steph Curry comes up with the game winner with 0.7 to go, 0.6 to go, a 32-footer. A 32-footer with ease. Anybody else is like, what are you doing? What are you shooting that for? But you wonder, man, look, he can shoot from 40 if he wanted to, and it feels good off the wrist. Just, being Steph Curry with the shot. Oh my goodness, that. People are saying it's the best regular season game of all time. I can't answer that for myself. I don't know. I mean, there's been a lot of good regular season games. People mostly think about the great playoff games. I have to go back in time and look at the best regular season game. If you want to say that, but this was on. I mean, this has got to be a top 5. It was awesome. It had everything he wanted. I mean, the drama, comebacks, Steph versus Durant, close game, Saturday primetime, playoff atmosphere. That's what you want from these games. That's why the NBA put that Saturday primetime on there, and it was a great game. I wish the rest of the Saturday primetime games were as good as this one was, and I hope further along that Saturday night primetime it gets better and better as well. So shouts out to the Golden State Warriors. They win again, 121-118 against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder is gonna, they gave the best shot, 100%, and you still lose like that. And just tells you how good Golden State is. On to other NBA news. We're going to talk about the state of the New York Knicks. New York stinks. Big time, man. Right now, they're 25-36. Not going to the playoffs. Let's just say that. Let's be real. They've lost 14 of the last 17 games, and this team cannot get any worse. The Porzingis kid is balling, but at the same time, everything falls on your boy Carmelo Anthony. And if you know me, I am not a Carmelo Anthony fan at all. I have my reasons. Maybe watching Uneducated Thoughts, or if you listen to the podcast, the Last Word podcast with Jay, Ned, and Dirk, you probably hear me talk about Carmelo at some point in time, because I just don't like the guy. I overrated. Anyway, the state of the New York Knicks is horrible. I don't know what they're doing. Phil Jackson, for some reason, doesn't know what he's doing, and you always thought he had the ego, the mind to know what's going on. He doesn't. Then of course he puts out the Instagram, or his Twitter, excuse me. I don't think he has Instagram, but his Twitter, saying Steph is like Chris Jackson, or Chris Jackson's new name, Muhammad, blase, don't know his name. People are like, what? That guy barely played in the NBA. I mean, he was Shaq's teammate for 1 year, but shoot, that's all I remember. But he didn't play in the NBA long, so I would compare him to Steph Curry. Steph Curry's a billion times better than Chris Jackson. No offense, Chris Jackson, if you're watching this show. Sorry. But the Garden they're hating what they're seeing. I don't blame them. I mean, you have Miami fans, probably about 50 of them saying, let's go Heat, the whole entire game. Let's go Heat. That's all you hear in the Garden. It's New York, not Miami. And the Miami fans came out and just put it on New York fans. I feel bad for them, the fans, because they're diehard fans. To the day they die, they're diehard fans. And if you're putting like chips with Carmelo Anthony, I'm sorry, you're gonna be waiting for another about 5 more years to have contention, a real threat to win anything. Because I think Carmelo's not the guy for you guys. I think he's just like Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis and Carmelo Anthony, I think, are like team killers. But you know, if I think about Carmelo Anthony, look at my trades deadline talk and my Uneducated Thoughts. I'll talk about that. You'll see what I'm saying. But the Knicks think, I don't know what they're going to do. They fired Derek Fisher. Kurt Rambis steps up. They're not doing so good with him. They're 2-5. They don't know what they're doing. I want to know what's going on, because I don't think he's got to entice people to come play in New York, because they gave their first round pick up to the Raptors, and the Raptors are going to have a good pick this year. So who knows what's going on, man. But New York fans, keep your head up, because I'm a Saints fan, so I'll have my fears as well. All right, now it's on to drumroll. Floss it or toss it. First topic, let y'all see it for yourselves. My man Joe Johnson. He just got signed by the Miami Heat, who are in desperate need of scoring, individual scoring as well. Can't be just Dwayne Wade and Goran, whatever his name is, Goran Dragic or Dragic. It's one of those. It's Dragic for Dragon, something like that. Joe Johnson steps in and helps. Well, the Knicks team we just finished talking about. Is it a good fit? Am I gonna floss it? Am I gonna toss it? Joe Johnson? Yes, I misspelled his name. That's why I put the N up there. Uneducated Sports Talk. All educated, right? I'm flossing. This is my boy Joe Johnson. He's gonna do great for the Miami Heat. Give him a little more scoring. Hopefully, I can use him in different ways. Not have the ball so stagnant. They do more ball movement, so hopefully they get the ball movement plus with the scores. As Joe Johnson's capability, they're gonna do good with him. So I see them being a threat in the playoffs, man. And my boy J. Dale will be happy to hear that because he's a diehard Miami fan as well. On to the next topic. We're gonna talk about my man, Mari Stoudemire. Mari Stoudemire made comments about the New York Knicks. We just finished talking about the Knicks, but I want to put this in the toss of Lawson. He went out and basically said that Carmelo has to look at himself in order for the Knicks fans to win or be competitive. If you want to call yourself a superstar still at the old age that you are, you gotta go, you gotta run it. And if you don't run it, be like me and go ahead and fit somewhere else because I know that my standards have fallen. Carmelo's not doing that. He's not looking himself in the mirror yet. He still thinks that he's a top 3, top 2 player, and he's not. Carmelo is just washed up. He's not washed up when I say that. He's still a good player, but he's not a great player. LeBron would take this Knicks team to the Eastern Conference Final. I'm just saying. He would take this Knicks team to the Eastern Conference Final. So that tells you the difference between LeBron and Carmelo. But Carmelo still thinks he's the top 3, top 4. Amari had kahunas to actually say, hey man, Carmelo, you're kind of messing up. No one really likes you. They had Jeremy Lin had that crazy season in 2012, the insanity going on. Everybody was on board, Amari said, except for a few people. We all know Carmelo was not on board for the success because that was his franchise, his team. And Jeremy Lin for that half a year took it over. Carmelo wasn't liking that. Amari even pointed it out. He said, I'm a big fan of Jeremy Lin. Carmelo wasn't. Pretty much that's what he said. So shout out to Amari. So you know I gotta go ahead. Floss, Amari Stoudemire. Yes, your Knicks suck. I'll floss you, Amari. Yes, sir. Last topic of the day. Oh, what is this? Old guys. We're talking old guys. When I say old guys, I'm talking NBA Hall of Fame legends. Oscar Robertson, Kareem, the Sky, Abdul Jabbar. They all hating on Steph Curry. I don't see what the hate is for. They're saying, oh, well, he could have done this and he couldn't have done that. And all these old guys are saying, well, my team would have beat this. Cedric Ceballos said that his Phoenix Suns team, back in Los Angeles, Jordan, would have beat this Steph Curry team. I'm like, man, please stop it, please. We would never know. We would never, ever know. Just like the comparison of 95-96 Bulls against this Warriors team. We'll never know. We can talk, but all the Hall of Famers, just shut up, man. Be happy that the NBA has another superstar people are looking up to. People always want to hate. Oh, he wouldn't have beat us. You don't know that, man. Calm down. Steph Curry, I can see Steph Curry crossing all you guys. You know, back in those days, I'm pretty sure the NBA wasn't as competitive as athletic either. This game is totally different. We don't know how it goes. Steph Curry is the man right now. LeBron James is still the best player, but Steph Curry is the man right now. Let the man get his shine because the man is humble. He doesn't speak out of turn. He's not cocky. He just go out there and hit the balls. So for you old guys, like, well, shot, touchdown, you know the way it's out. Toss me out. Out here, old guys. Steph Curry raining threes of y'all, and he's raining threes in the 70s too. Y'all feel it back in the day, man. Come on now. I want to hear that. Let's floss and toss it. Like I said, the old guys tossed it. Joe Johnson, Mari Stoudemire, flossing boys. You know what I'm saying? My random thought of the day. Let's move on to another subject. Just random thoughts. We're talking UFC fight. I don't get in UFC that much, but I am a UFC fan. I watch them. Conor McGregor, he's pretty much fighting Nate Diaz. His replacement for Don, whatever his name is, I forgot already. But he's a replacement, and I feel embarrassed for Conor McGregor because he shouldn't have to fight Nate Nate Diaz. He should have said, you know what, I'm calling it off. But man, big up to Conor McGregor. He walks the walk, he talks the talk, he knocks you out, he tells you how he's gonna knock you out, and he does it. So big shouts out to Conor McGregor. That's just my random thought. I feel bad for the UFC fans, but to see this fight that he is gonna win in the first round by an uppercut, like I said, I'm amazed at it. He's gonna do it. I just know it. Shouts out to him, man. You gotta respect him. Conor McGregor is a beast. He's a champion. I also know I'm beating him for a while. Like I said, you want to see me on Facebook? It is Carlos Clayton. Check me out on Twitter. It's Carlos Clayton _. Hit me up at Snapchat, Carlos UST 1988. That is Carlos UST for Uneducated Sports Talk 1988. Hit me up, follow me, man. And I want to give a shout out to the National Podcast. Check them out on YouTube, like, subscribe for the boys, and Clay D Productions as well. Hit Clay _DDE, CLAY _DEE. That's the camera, the photography, weddings, all that. Check them out as well. So we also have questions today. My question today is, what is the best regular season game you've ever seen in your lifetime? Let me know. Is this one of the Warriors Thunder Panthers? Is that the best regular season game? Let me know. So I want to hear from you guys. And as always, my sports fans, stay smart, stay uneducated, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.